Taking place tag team action-wise in the CWF in the thick of things, the Honor Guard. We're talking about Detroit Demolition, Private Pal, and the DI. And a few questions for you. What is taking place? First of all, tag team competition. You've got Jungle Wars. You've got the CWF tag title holders. And who is fighting who?
It doesn't matter who's fighting who. It happened in 1983 when people didn't know who their friends were. I'm talking about Beirut. Well, baby, the CWF is World War III. We're talking about Coconut and Sicko, the Samoans. We're talking about Sissy Douglas and his masked friend, Humongous. And then you're talking about the real men, the combat veterans. That's the Detroit Demolition, the DI, and I'm even going to promote Pyle here out of boot camp. Because it's coming down. CWF, take note, take charge. Because when we come to the ring, it's going to be pain, agony, and time for destruction. And it doesn't matter who it is. We want our titles back for the heck of it. And we want Samoan blood for the fun of it. Because we just like it that way. Demolition, tell them. It's not going to be a wrestling match. It's going to be a fight. Goodbye.
There you have your Honor Guard, a Private Pal, Detroit Demolition, and the DI. Bob Connor. More action coming up on the CWF. Stay with us.
I'm a counselor, and I've worked with teenagers for 12 years. Along with their friends, they're making tough choices every day, like whether to drink or smoke or experiment with sex. I've learned that for them, the key to dealing with peer pressure is self-confidence. Parents can do more than anyone else to build that confidence and make sure they don't smoke. Here are some of the ways you can help. Show interest in their activities. Compliment their achievements, whether they're on the first team or the third string. Respect their individuality, their need for independence. Help them set realistic goals. And when things go wrong, avoid personal criticism. Focus on the problem instead. Show your teenagers you love and respect them. It's one important way you can strengthen them to help make the right decisions.
Everybody needs help talking to their kids sometimes. Call for your free booklet on how parents can talk to their teenagers about smoking and other tough issues. The Family Court Consortium believes smoking shouldn't be a part of growing up.
Before you buy your next car, you could test it like this. Or you can read Consumer Reports. Before you buy your next washer or dryer, you could test it like this. Or you can read Consumer Reports. Consumer Reports tests brand name products every day to tell you which models were worth the money and which were not. And now you can put Consumer Reports to the test with a risk-free trial issue. Consumer Reports gives you independent test results on vehicles, refrigerators, TVs, blue jeans, auto insurance, and more. We tell you the brand names and give you the model numbers to help you get better value for your dollar.
Call now for your risk-free trial issue. If you like it, pay just $22 for 11 more issues, 12 in all, plus the 1994 buying guide. Or write cancel on the bill, return it, and owe nothing. You'll also get the 1993 buying guide free with your paid subscription. Call now, 1-800-932-5333.
Call now and put us to the test.
WCOV is celebrating its 40th birthday, and you're invited.
We got cake, we got balloons, let's do it.
Join the party all this year on WCOV TV, Fox Television.
We've all heard about men who can't commit, but what's scaring these women from taking the plunge?
I don't want to get married and get fat, have kids. I just want to have fun. Commitment means control.
And what does that mean to the men in their life?
They put us through hell.
This is our third time being here. So what's going on here?
I think she's embarrassed.
No, it's not. She's not treating me. She's not treating me wrong.
Women who can't commit on the next Montel Williams show.
Today at 1 on WCOV TV. While Joey's faking it as a bartender, will Pop be making it as a rap star?
Rap Master Andrew is in the hole.
Find out on an all-new Rock tonight. Bakersfield PD has all the critics laughing.
Break it up. This isn't a peep show.
The LA Times calls it very, very funny. And the San Francisco Chronicle declares it's the best Fox comedy since The Simpsons.
I've never felt closer to you than right now.
Bakersfield PD. Catch an all-new episode tonight after Rock.
First of all, you might find this unusual, but I want to thank Eddie Gilbert for coming out here one-on-one with me without Paul dangerously fogging the issue.
Paul's back there fixing all of his hair right now.
All right, well, your despicable acts of the last few weeks are not going unnoticed. I assure you of that.
I haven't got anything up my sleeve this week. I don't have sleeves on, see, Charlie?
What I do want to talk to you about, I think, ladies and gentlemen, if you've ever picked up a wrestling magazine in any supermarket and seen Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, I think it's no secret to the wrestling world about your relationship with Missy Hyatt, the fact that Missy is your wife. And I want to ask you this.
We had to come over here and talk about her.
The question I want to field to you is, after last week's Missy Manor, what are your feelings about Alan Martin in front of national television and the people in the arena kissing your wife? And it looked to me, and I know for a fact, Missy did not like that at all.
Well, big deal. I'm sorry, Charlie. Big deal.
Big deal.
I had a funny feeling you were going to ask me about this, but I don't really care. Because, see, Alan Martin is my personal friend. I like seeking cocaine. What do you want me? I know what you probably want me to do. You want me to get mad at Alan Martin, seeking coquina, go back and pop them in the head for just coming out here and kissing Missy? Every red-blooded human being on the face of this earth would love to kiss Missy Hyatt. I don't blame Alan Martin.
The point here is that I don't think Missy liked it. I'd like to go back a week, if we could, and take a look at the situation in which Alan Martin was in the middle of Missy Manor, and this is what took place.
I'm Missy Hyatt, and this is Missy Manor. I would like to introduce my guest, Alan Martin. Or should I say Mr. Alan Martin? Okay, there's a few things I like to find out. I heard that someone in your family died, left you a lot of money, and you're carrying it around in this briefcase. Aren't you scared that, someone might take this money?
No, not really, Miss. Look, I've got two of the biggest men. They're going to take care of me and my money as long as I got it. That's why I don't mind turning it around. Look at them. They're big and huge and bad, and they'll do anything that I ask them to help me and what I say to them.
So are you saying that really somebody died and you're really carrying this around? I mean, that's not too smart.
Yeah, Uncle Elmer died.
Uncle Elmer?
Yes, God rest his soul.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I'm glad we got to clear that up.
Wait.
What?
I want to do something that I've always wanted to do. Grab her, guys. Come here, baby.
The people at home viewed that, and you go over in your mind, this, again, we're dealing with your wife, a man that she obviously has no use for, and two, shall we say, monsters holding her to be kissed by this guy that she don't care
They are just like pussycats when you get to know Seeking Coquina. They're great friends of mine. Alan Martin is a great friend of mine. I told Missy, don't mess with this TV. Don't do a segment. Stay home. Cook the meals. Be my wife. That's fine.
I don't understand this. I don't understand why you won't help me. I don't understand this.
I've got my business to do. You want to do a segment, you do your business, lady. You're mine, but I got a lot of stuff I got to do, a lot more legends to take care of. It's your segment, but that's your baby, okay?
Well, Eddie, I just want to let you know I do love you, but as far as I'm concerned, if you're not going to help me, if I have to pay somebody or whatever I have to do, I'll get rid of Alan Martin. I'll take care of him.
there's enough said in that particular issue, and it's kind of, I don't know how to describe the situation that Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert's attitude he's taking toward his very own wife. And we'll follow that situation. Right now, bringing in a fellow you're certainly familiar with, it's the founder and president of the King's Ranch for boys and girls throughout the state of Alabama. Last week he came out with big news. There are now 20 homes for these great kids throughout the state of Alabama. He's the man that raises the funds. He's the man that oversees this operation. It's a very worthwhile cause. Tom Owens, welcome back.
Thank you, Charlie. It's good to be back. I enjoy, as I travel around the state and the Southeast speaking, it's always a pleasure to greet the fans and to be able to say hello personally as well as here on television. But, you know, I really do appreciate the support of all the fans and all the different people that make what we do personally possible, because without their support, we would not be able to provide a home for several hundred boys and girls each year. So, again, I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you to you for supporting the boys and girls at the King's Ranches. And, again, our address is simply the King's Ranch, Chelsea, Alabama, 35043. Your support is needed and much appreciated, and your support changes a life.
Very much so, Tom. One other thing I want to say, that if you're a member of, say, the Lions Club, Kiwanis Club, any civic organization, and need a special program, a special speaker, here's a good fella. You can write or call that very same address that Tom just mentioned and get in touch with Tom Owens, because he is a great speaker, and it will be very much worth your while to get in touch with Tom Owens, president and founder of the King's Ranch. More on the CWF in just a moment.
I'm from a town where things are as good as they come, and it's pictured in my mind just as clear as the midday sun. Now I'm out here in the darkness, and the rain is coming down. Never was like this in my hometown, It's not like this, but that's all right with me. See, I'm out here from my hometown, 'cause freedom isn't free.
What a lineup of the CWF when we return to the Montgomery Civic Center next Sunday night, the 28th. An all-star lineup, two very big matches we want to talk about right now. Bring these gentlemen in. First of all, you, Willie B. Hurt, have 10 rounds of boxing with Paul E. Dangerously.
Well, I'd just like to say, now, Paul E. Dangerously, I'm going to tell you one thing, that I am not a professional boxer. I am, indeed, a professional wrestler, though, but I was a street fighter before I was any one of them. And I'm going to tell you one thing, I'm going to have a good time, and I know everybody else in Montgomery is going to have a good time watching me whack on that head, rocking you, Jack, in Montgomery, Alabama. You check it out, and I'm going to see if you like somebody smacking on somebody else that ain't they size.
Willie B. Hurt on the 28th in Montgomery. Barbed wire surrounding the ring. You and Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert.
You see, this just isn't an opportunity for Austin Idol. This is an opportunity for Austin's Army. Every single one of you that have shown up every time Austin Idol's appeared there in Montgomery. And they've all been on their feet. And they've all been stomping their feet. And they've all been clapping their hands. And they've all been yelling, Austin, 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 each time I roll into Montgomery. This one's for you, Jack. Because you see, it's barbed wire. Any farmer in Alabama, especially Montgomery, will tell you, you can take a 2,500-pound bull and let him run as fast and hard as he can in the barbed wire. And he won't make it through. And a 250-pound wrestler don't have a chance. Eddie the Geek Gilbert. This is the end of the line, Jack. I said it before. You want to be in the book of Who's Who, you're going to be in a book, all right. But it's going to be in the book of Who's Who. And it's you, Jack.
He's an American classic, a comedy legend, the famous San Diego Chicken. The funniest, craziest, and one of the most beloved comics ever. And now for the first time on video, it's the Chicken's greatest bits. If you love to laugh, here's the tape you gotta have. It's one hilarious routine after another, caught in the act of his outrageous live performances. More than 55 million people have seen the Chicken in person in all 50 states and around the world. But the Chicken's home video is not in stores. This is a limited-time television offer, the comedy tape of the year. Yes, everybody loves the Chicken. Well, almost everybody. Here's how to order now.
To order your copy of the Chicken's Greatest Bits video, have your credit card ready and call 1-800-762-0500 or send $19.95 plus $4.50 shipping to the Chicken video. P.O. Box 2818, Grand Central Station, New York, New York. Order now.
I made a bad choice in my life. I decided that I wanted to smoke marijuana and drink beer to fit in with others. I was a follower. Now I'm in prison. These women seem to be real hip, and I wanted to be like them. I decided to take that pill to make myself feel hip.
I began using drugs and abusing drugs, and they began to use me.
In the ring, we have Osika and Kokina, the Samoan Warriors. And, Shane?
Carl, I need a little time. That's all I'm asking for is just a little bit of time. I know there's no such thing in timeout in professional wrestling, but Lord Humongous was supposed to fly in earlier today. Apparently his flight was delayed. He's not here. I don't know where he is. I need a little bit of time.
We've seen problems as far as making connections recently.
I need a little bit of time.
I know this thing was signed CWF Tag Team Championship. Now, I'm telling you, I'm saying don't go in and wrestle, but you know the rules, the way the contract was signed. I'm not saying I know all these people. The wrestlers in the dressing room wouldn't ask for you to go in the ring.
Mr. West, I know that, but I need my time. My mother didn't raise no fool, and I'm not going in the ring with monsters like these guys on my own.
I've made statements before. The TV time is rolling. We cannot stop.
Mr. West, let me tell you, if you need a match out here, you better have a stretcher ready or be ready to raise my hand, because you're either going to raise my hand as it's still a champion after this match, you're going to drag me out of there because you'll have to tear my heart out before I give these belts away.
Wait a minute, Shane, think about what you're doing, man. Wait a minute, you think about what you're doing.
I know what I'm doing. I'm not giving these belts away for nothing. I know these people right here.
Whoa.
And I've worked too hard for them, and I know Humongous wouldn't give them up.
Going again.
Charlie, he can't go in the ring against both of those guys.
I've thought about it. I'm not giving them up. I can't do it.
The match is going to have to take place.
All right. The
Charlie Platt sign. This could be the closest we'll ever see on television of legalized murder. These two men, man. I mean, Shane Douglas is a tremendous athlete. He's got the heart of a lion.
Bill
But
Sound.
look at what he's going up against. He's going up against one of the top tag teams in the world today.
We're talking about Sika and Kokina, the Samoans, now under the management and ownership, shall we say, of Mr. Alan Martin, who, I got to hand it to Alan Martin. He's got control of these guys.
Well, right now he's got control of the next tag team champions of the CWF.
Certainly a concern, Shane Douglas, as he goes into this situation.
I mean, Charlie, I know I'm very much afraid for Shane Douglas. He's got a heart. He's a tremendous athlete. Right now, the adrenaline is flowing. But he's up against two of the biggest monsters, and that's the word that I want to use.
He is a great athlete, Joe Pedicino, and I would never take anything away from Shane Douglas. But the inexperience, maybe the idea right now of salvaging the titles possibly by going up against these two, what good is a hero? I mean, I don't know what I want to say about this situation. It's dangerous.
I mean, we have seen situations before where one man has defended a title, a tag title, but it was usually against people their own size or, you know.
Good drop kick by Shane Douglas. Takes.
Well, maybe we spoke too soon, Charlie.
Takes Sika, the Samoan Warrior, down with a drop kick. Right now, he's dodging those two.
And Douglas giving a very good showing. But now look at this. Both men in the ring.
One has got to get out.
The referee has got to get one of these men out of the ring.
They're both... Two bulls collide in the center of the ring. Shane Douglas drop kick. Coquina goes down. Shane Douglas drop kick. Sika goes down. Hard right. Catches. Look at this.
He's holding off both men. This is what it's going to take. Alan Martin very upset. I think he thought he would have the titles in his hands by now.
Look at the intensity in Shane Douglas pacing around that ring.
Now, wait a minute. Look at this.
Wait a minute.
Demolition, the DI and Private Pile have come to ringside, and Demolition is attacked. What is going on,
They
Charlie?
have no business. He takes him into the turnbuckle. Into the turnbuckle goes Shane Douglas.
On one side of the ring, the DI and Private Pile are keeping the Samoans and the referee busy, while on this side of the ring, Demolition has destroyed Shane Douglas, tossed him head first into the turnbuckle.
A gash has been opened at the head of that metal post. Ronnie West is out here. He is warning these guys they've got to get out of here. And man, no. Double headbutt on Shane Douglas.
Ronnie West is chasing the DI, Demolition, and Pile back out of the ring. In the meantime, in the ring, the Samoans are absolutely destroying Shane Douglas. The referee has been knocked down.
And they're doing everything Alan Martin says. Headbutts is what he was calling for, and they pay very close attention.
Charlie, they could have beaten Shane Douglas at any point now.
Why don't you let him pin him? Alan Martin seems to be getting a lot of it. Hey!
Alan Martin!
Pin the man. Pin the man. This is disgusting.
Something's going to have to happen here. Alan Martin is now telling him to choke. They are literally beating Shane Douglas.
Oh, man. There again.
Now he's telling him to headbutt.
Shane Douglas. Oh, big gash over his head, and it went wider that time.
This match should be over, Charlie Platt. This is not a match. We shouldn't even call this a match anymore.
Randy Anderson does not have control. He is over against that turnbuckle. Man alive.
Look at Alan Martin and how happy Alan Martin is.
Why don't he let him pin him and get... Oh. Pin the man.
Come here.
Pin him.
Pin it.
Pin him. Yeah, no, you're crazy.
Look at these down there. One is choking him while the other one is beating him in the head.
And the enjoyment. Oh, this is disgusting. The enjoyment.
Alan Martin just knocked the referee back down.
What is Shane Douglas trying to get over to our corner? Man, there's nothing
Shane Douglas
done about
over.
this
I think he's going after the belt. He said they would have to carry him out of here before he would give up the belt.
I don't... Wait a minute.
Coming in from the back of the arena.
Here he comes, back in hand.
Off mask off. He doesn't have his mask. He's in street clothes, but he is taking charge.
The big men are rocking and reeling now. Again a chop by Lord Humongous. Puts Big Coquina on the mat. What? He comes out of the front of the building.
Right now, the Samoans are now beginning to take charge on Humongous. It looks like we're going to see.
Tom Pritchard has come to the ring. He's got the mask. He brought the hockey mask. Lord Humongous is putting on the hockey mask. And now it's time. Hell!
Lord Humongous in the center of the ring. Lord in control. Coquina gets it. Now, headbutt. On Sika, the Wild Samoan.
Lord
Again, a headbutt.
Humongous is standing tall.
Wait a
In
minute.
the middle of the ring.
Here comes
the DI. Here comes Demo.
It's breaking loose. We have, Judge, how many do we have in that ring right now?
Charlie, sides are being taken. People are going to have to stand right now.
Alan Mark got it. Humongous got a hold of Alan Mark.
Shane Douglas over in the corner, lying, bleeding, not able to get involved. But in the ring, we've got the Samoans. We've got Lord Humongous. We've got Tom Pritchard. We've got the DI. We've got Detroit Demolition. We've got Private Pile. It's a tag team battle royal.
Look at this. What is happening?
All right, here comes Ron West. Now, wait a minute.
West has stepped in the ring.
The
Lord
Samoans are out on one side.
Detroit Demolition, the DI, and Private Pile all grouped in one area. Then,
and look at them looking at one another. You don't know who's going to attack the other.
The Samoan Warriors are grouped in another corner.
Charlie, in all of my years in watching and being involved in wrestling, I don't recall ever seeing a situation as volatile as the one we are living in, even as we speak.
All right, it is as you said, a powder keg. I think we have got some kind of order restored. Wait a minute. Humongous goes after the Alan Martin and the Samoans right now. I tell you what, let's get out of this thing as it kind of maybe cools off somewhat. Ron West getting some kind of order restored, maybe getting these folks moved around a little bit, and let's see if we can get Shane Douglas out of the ring. We'll be back with more of the CWF after you watch this.
Saturday, September 25th, WCOV-TV, the Dixie Lions Club, WLWI, and AmSouth Bank challenge you in the first annual Shoot for Sight Sporting Clays Tournament at Seven Bridges Sporting Clays. Pick up your registration form today at any one of these locations and shoot to win one of these fabulous prizes with proceeds to benefit Eyesight for Central Alabamians. The first annual Shoot for Sight Sporting Clays Tournament, Saturday, September 25th, brought to you by the Dixie Lions Club, WLWI, AmSouth Bank, and WCOV-TV.
This is an effort to reach men and women who served in the United States Armed Forces. It concerns an offer for honorably discharged veterans and their spouses ages 45 to 75. Please use the toll-free number to respond. Call now for free information on life insurance plans that cost just $1 a week. When you qualify, you lock in the highest possible benefit amount available to you. And these life insurance benefits are guaranteed never to go down. You are eligible to apply if you served during peacetime or war, active duty or reserves, or any service branch. You are also eligible to apply if you are the spouse or widow of a veteran. Call now. Remember, only veterans, their spouses, and widows ages 45 to 75 qualify for this exclusive offer. Term life insurance for just $1 a week. Don't wait. Call this toll-free number now to get free information from Veterans Life Insurance Company. Operators are standing by to take your call.
Tonight on the Chevy Chase Show, Chevy's special guest will be comedian Rita Rudner.
And remember, no shoes, no shirt, no monologue.
The Chevy Chase Show, tonight at 11, 10 Central.
The all-new Sunshine 16. We've got a new, clearer sound, but we've still got the same music programs and names you love.
We've moved, but we're still in touch with Black Montgomery. The all-new Sunshine 16. The sun's still shining. It's just brighter.
First of all, Ron, thank you for helping restore some semblance of order around here after that last incident. But you have other things on your mind.
I said earlier I have a special announcement to be made. It came down to it. Certain person took advantage of the referee. They took advantage of Sam Lowe, Willie B. Hurt, Kid, several people. Their history. Eddie Gibbert and Paul E. They can hit the road and go somewhere else. The Continental Wrestlers don't need them.
With the approval, they are history.
That's right. They ran over me, They told you what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. They thought they could tell the wrestling fans of Continental what to do. I'll be darned if they're going to tell the fans in the Continental what to do. They're history. They're gone.
The words of our general manager, Ron West, a big suspension being had.
Hey, wait a minute here. Wait a minute, Ron. Wait a minute. I understand what you're trying to do. I understand real good that you're trying to take control and keep this thing under control within the conditions where the fans can like it and they can enjoy themselves. But if you would please, for me, just please don't suspend him. I tell you what, don't suspend. Just give me a little time so that I, Willie B. Hurt, can get over. I tell you, just give me 2 weeks. Give me 2 weeks. Give me 2 weeks. And maybe I can get the fans behind me or something. But I want to have Eddie Gilbert.
You mean what they did to your son?
What they done to my son, what they done to the referee, what they done to everybody, what they did to Burr Jones. I want him to be able to let these fans, if you have to get petitions out, if we have to write letters in, whatever it takes. Please, hey, Ron, please, just give me 2 weeks. I tell you what, you give me 2 weeks, and you might not have to suspend him, because I'll be after him so hard, they'll be ready to go on their own.
Willie B. I'm telling you, I've been around the wrestling business for years, and I've never seen a man like you. If you're saying 2 weeks, I will pull on that thing for 2 weeks. But I'm going to have to do it for one thing, for the fans of Continental Wrestling. If they'll write me letters, send letters to CWF, sign petitions in all the arenas, we'll see what we can do. But I will prolong it 2 weeks.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Seems to be on hold right now. The situation with Hot Stuff, Eddie Gilbert and Paul A. Dangerously. We'll bring you up to date a little bit later on. Right now, let's go to our next match of the day. All right, in the ring right now, the Dirty White Boy, Tony Anthony, moving out against Lee Peak. You hear the comments requesting better competition than Lee Peak on today's edition of the Continental Wrestling Federation. Ron West came out here with a lot of authority. I sympathize with Willie B. Hurt in that situation.
Well, I thought we might be through with Eddie Gilbert and Paul Dangerously. And I sort of hoped we were going to be when I heard that announcement.
Me and you both.
But I do understand Willie B. Hurt's position. If they suspend Eddie Gilbert, he won't have the opportunity for revenge, and he wants it. And he's asking the fans to help him. So for the next 2 weeks at every one of the arenas, he's got to have a petition. He's got to get letters, because in 2 weeks, if he doesn't have enough support from the fans, then Ron West will go through with that threat, and he will suspend Eddie Gilbert and Paulie Dangerously.
Vicious series of moves by a very dangerous man, the Dirty White Boy. Power slam puts Lee Peak hard into that canvas. And now,
look at the smile on the face of the Dirty White Girl.
Oh, there's that clothesline from behind by Tony Anthony, the Dirty White Boy. Vicious move, and it gets the win over Lee Peak. He is talking road to Birmingham. He's talking a lot of things. He is the Dirty White Boy. Tony Anthony, your winner of the match. More action still to come on the CWF. You stay with us.
And now a message from the Totally Kids Earth Crew. Dolphins have always been friends to man. Stories say they saved swimmers and shipwrecked sailors. This is Susan Swift and Tom Brave here in the Bay of Dolphins. off the coast of Brazil, reporting for Adventure Earth Crew, a mission by the children of the planet to seek out and help protect the animals of the Earth.
We found a lost map locating the wreck of the Isabel Marie.
Boy, that's a real ghost ship.
But shipwrecks like this are alive with fish.
Look, a school of dolphins.
Of course, dolphins aren't fish. They're mammals like us.
And very smart. They use a language of whistles and squeaks to talk to each other.
Dolphins have even been able to communicate with people. We can learn a lot from dolphins. Meanwhile, our mission is to keep them and their ocean home safe.
Say, that's a great-looking camera you have. Where'd you get it? No, don't tell me. One of those specialty camera shops. Wait, I'll bet it's a big-name department store. I'll bet it set you back a bundle.
Actually, no. Introducing the Nippon 35mm focus-free camera. The hot shoe is synchronized for electronic flash, a 50mm lens, and a tripod mount. It also comes with a convenient neck strap, a deluxe leatherette carrying case, a professional 50mm sunshade, and a 2-year unlimited warranty. With all these features, you'd think this camera would cost over $100. Well, think again. Call right now, and the first 10,000 customers who order the Nippon camera will also get 100 rolls of free Kodak film with purchase processing. The simple, lightweight, and affordable Nippon 35mm camera and 100 rolls of free Kodak film with purchase processing. This no-fuss camera can be yours for only $19.95.
Say, where can I get one?
Just pick up the phone and call.
Hi, I'm Willie Jones, director of the Cleveland Avenue YMCA. Kids, you may be thinking school's hard work. But let me tell you, that hard work will pay off, just like George kids.
If you think school is hard, try playing football and going to school. I did it at Cloverdale, Jeff Davis, and at the University of Alabama. Take it from me. It pays to get an education.
Dropping out of school is the fastest way to nowhere. Be like George. Stay in school.
We've all heard about men who can't commit, but what's scaring these women from taking the plunge?
I don't want to get married, get fat, have kids. I just want to have fun. Commitment means control.
And what does that mean to the men in their life?
They put us through hell.
This is our third time. Okay, so what's going on here?
I think she's embarrassed.
No, it's not. She's not stringing me along. She's not stringing me along.
Women who can't commit on the next Montel Williams show.
Today at 1 on WCOV-TV.
Great action still to come on the CWF. The Universal Heartthrob, Austin Island, ringside with us. Very interesting piece of material you have in your hand.
And you don't have to be an Einstein, and you don't have to have 20/20 vision to be able to see and tell what this is. It's barbed wire. And the people in this part of the country know all about barbed wire. And as a matter of fact, I just so happen to be over at a good friend of mine's house, or should I say his farm, right outside of Prattville, Alabama, which ain't too far from where we're at right now. And he's got himself about 130 acres of pasture land, you see. And out in that pasture land, he's got horses. Some of them weigh 1,000 pounds. He's got big Brahma bulls. Some of them weigh 2,000, 2,500 pounds. I was talking to my friend. He had a cup in his hand. He had a big chew of Red Man in his jaw. And he was spitting that Red Man in the cup. And I looked up at him and I looked right down at the barbed wire fence that was going around all this land. And I asked him, I said, let me lay something on you. I want to ask you a question. Could a horse, if he was running as fast as he could and as hard as he could, and if he ran right into that barbed wire, could he run through it? He looked at me, Charlie. He spit in the cup and he said no. I said, if it was a 2,000-pound bull running as fast and as hard as he could, and if he ran right into this barbed wire, could he run through it? He looked at me and said no. So I'm leaning on you, Eddie Big Gilbert. I'm going to get you in a barbed wire match. And it could be anywhere in there. I don't care where it is. But remember one thing, when I get you in this barbed wire, Jack, you can't run anywhere. And when you do run, you're going to run into it, you're going to bounce back to me, and I'm going to run you right back into it. I'm going to chew you up and make you bleed like a stuck hog.
It's a dangerous situation. The Universal Heartthrob, Austin Idol. Nightmare Ken Wayne and Nightmare Freddy, part of a dangerous alliance on this edition of the Continental Wrestling Federation. Moving out against Rick Hazard and Mike Starr in tag team action. Like to say hello to the new affiliates that we're adding each week to the CWF over in Jackson, of course, Mississippi, and Biloxi down in Louisiana, up in Tennessee, wherever you're viewing. If you're watching FNN Score nationwide on the National News Network, it's great to have you a part of the CWF.
And Charlie, let's don't forget that in Atlanta, Georgia, coming up on Labor Day weekend, the CWF moves to primetime Saturday night on Channel 69 in Atlanta.
Well, now that you guys are done brown-nosing, let's take care of a little business right here. First of all, what you're watching are the true nightmares, the only nightmares in professional wrestling.
I think Danny Davis may have something to say about
that. Be quiet, Pedestino. Nightmare Ken Wayne and Nightmare Freddy, the two men that sent Jerry, Mr. Olympia Stubbs, back to the Vidal Sassoon Emergency Care Center. Now, let's talk about something else. Let's talk about Ron West coming out here.
You know it.
Pedestino, shut up when I'm talking. Let's talk about Ron West coming out here saying that he's going to suspend Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert and Paulie Dangerously. I'll make it real simple for you, man. We're going to follow everybody else's example. If you suspend Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, he's going to come back out here as the Midnight Rider. How's that?
Mr. Dangerously, all I can tell you is I don't think crap like that would be allowed in the CWF.
Well said, Joe Pedestino. Well said, and I hope Mr. Dangerously takes that to heart.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me that Paul Dangerously would try something as low down as that.
Oh, look at that. Coming from the top rope, crashing down across Mike Starr. It's over. It is over. Your winner of the match, Nightmares Ken Wayne and Nightmare Freddy. And right now, for a moment, I'd like to get a word with the Dangerous Alliance, Paul E. Dangerously, along with Freddy and Nightmare Ken Wayne, the U.S. Junior Champion.
I'm not going to come out here and make a big speech because these men's actions speak a lot louder than my words. But let's make it real simple. You're not going to suspend Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. You're not going to suspend Paulie Dangerously. This man sent Jerry Mr. Olympia Stubbs right back to the Vidal Sassoon Miracle Cure Center. This man took care of Nightmare Danny Davis. And anybody else wants to come out here, we'll make you as useless as those farmers that pray for Willie Nelson to do another Farm Aid concert so they can feed their stinking Alabama families. You've had enough of our time.
We have certainly had enough of you. Paulie Dangerously and the Dangerous Alliance. More great action to come on the CWF. You stay with us.
And now a message from the totally kids Earth Crew team. He looks like a monster from the Ice Age. He was around then and still is now. Tom Brave and Susan Swift in East Africa for Adventure Earth Crew, a mission by the children of the planet to seek out and help protect the animals of the Earth.
The giant rhinoceros is really gentle.
He's the second biggest land animal on Earth, next to the elephant. And like the elephant, he's a plant eater.
For people hunt rhinos with their horns. They think they're magic, and they make them into knife handles.
So today, in Africa, rhinos are protected by armed guards.
In the Ice Age, the rhino owned this land, but today, there are only a few of them left.
They're living history, and we can't afford to lose them. An urgent Earth Crew alert.
We're talking about a great lineup of the Continental Wrestling Federation returning to the Montgomery Civic Center Sunday night, the 28th. Nightmare Ken Wayne will be in action against Danny Davis coal miner glove match.
You know, last time we was in Montgomery, I knocked Danny Davis out and beat him 1, 2, 3 right in the middle. Well, I didn't have to use no coal miner's glove. And first of all, I'm not a coal miner. But Danny Davis, you come down there, you're going to think I'm a coal miner, baby.
All right, Nightmare Ken Wayne, and coming to join me now, Mr. Alan Martin, Paul E. Dangerously. It is a barbed wire match with your main man, Hot Stuff Eddie. But then you in boxing with
right.
Aren't you a little concerned about that?
Concerned? That's the whole point. What am I supposed to be concerned of? The protege of Burrhead Jones? When they forced me into this match, I said, I'm quitting the CWF. There's no way I'm going to take part in this. But then Mr. Alan Martin said to me that he has the money, he has the genius, and he is going to find me the man that's going to take that Burrhead Jones reject, Willie B. Hurt, and knock him to China. So, I can concentrate on Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert's predicament, which is a barbed wire match with the Universal Heartthrob Austin Idol. Now, Willie B. Hurt comes out here, and he promises that he's going to do this and this and this to me, and then give me the big one so that I can't come out to the ring to save Hot Stuff, to have the genius plan that's going to prevent Austin Idol from running Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert out of Montgomery for good. Now, you can go over to Brodigan's and see just how wild the nightlife can be. And you can cruise down East Boulevard and check out all the pretty girls you want. But what's going to come down in Montgomery is that Paulie Dangerously, with the help of Mr. Alan Martin, is going to get out of the boxing match, is going to knock Willie B. Hurt out, just like Mike Tyson knocked out Michael Spinks. And then Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert is going to surprise the wrestling world by showing the Universal Heartthrob Austin Idol what a barbed wire match is all about.
WCOV is celebrating its 40th birthday, and you're invited.
We got cakes, we got balloons, let's do it.
Join the party all this year on WCOV TV, Fox Television.
Page 355.
Medications that can rob you of your sex life.
Page 141.
The secret ingredient in Italian foods that can help lower cholesterol.
Page 545.
How to silence a snorer.
This incredible book belongs in every home. The Doctor's Book of Home Remedies, from the editors of Prevention Magazine Health Book.
Over 670 pages of astonishing home remedies, all scientifically proven. Yours free for 3 full weeks.
Page 341.
Why you should never buy colored toilet paper.
Now the information you need to cure over 130 common health problems is always on hand.
Act now and you'll also get this fabulous book, Meals That Heal, free.
Page 497.
Use oatmeal to end the itch of poison ivy.
Page 570.
Call now to get the Doctor's Book of Home Remedies free for 3 weeks. Keep it and we'll bill you in 4 easy installments of only $6.99.
Call now, 1-800-367-7555.
You've seen welcome mats like these before. They're on doorsteps everywhere. But do they really mean it? I'd like to introduce you to one of Montgomery's finest new restaurants, the Original House of Beef, where welcome is written everywhere. In our garden fresh salad and fruit bar, our fabulous dessert bar, and our homemade baked bread. In our 6 juicy USDA choice steaks and fresh Gulf seafood, and in your favorite cocktails and a friendly, festive atmosphere. Come join us at the Original House of Beef for the welcoming celebration on the Southern Boulevard across from Kmart.
Tom Hanks is out to beat the system and marry the girl of his dreams. So Adrian Zemed and his buddies throw a bash to send him out in style.
If I'm not back in a half an hour, call the paramedics.
Come out, wherever you are, and see how much fun one guy can possibly have.
Something interesting is gonna happen here.
Hold on to your hats, boys, for a good time. It's Bachelor Party.
Sunday at noon on WCOV TV.
Bucky Siegel moving out against Nightmare Danny Davis. This on Continental Wrestling Federation. Joe Pedicino along with Charlie Pratt ringside in Birmingham State Fairgrounds Arena. The road to Birmingham, October 3rd. The big talent, big announcements of some of the titles in the top 10 is a favorite, the Bullet, and bigger than that is the referee for the main event.
That's right, big Ron Fuller, the Tennessee stud, coming home, coming back down to Birmingham to be the special referee in that. And I find it very interesting the reason for the change of date. They found out that Eddie Gilbert, of course, had paid Jack Curtis. They set that date up, and they found out that over half of the top 10 were already booked for that night and weren't going to be able to be here.
But it's all taken care of.
Now, wait a minute, look at this.
Nightmare Freddy.
Nightmare Freddy.
Hard right back.
Danny Davis caught him, though.
Whoa.
Here comes Ken Wayne with a chair.
Oh, into the back of Danny Davis. He goes down into the mat.
Here we go again, Charlie.
Here
we go. They're going to load the gloves of Nightmare Freddy. Here, whoa, look at
Mr.
this.
Olympia, Jerry
Olympia
jumps
into the ring.
And now he catches himself over in the corner with Nightmare Freddy. And what do? They're taking the mask off.
They're tying him to the ropes using the laces of his mask. They're tying the laces of his mask to the rope. Now look at this. He's tied to the rope. He's going to break his neck if he's not careful. In the meantime, look in the ring. It's into the throat. They've got that claw hold, and they loaded the gloves, and they put the claw on the throat of Danny Davis.
In the throat of Danny Davis goes the claw by Nightmare Freddy. In the meantime, Mr. Olympia tied up, and
they are trying to kill Danny Davis. That's the only explanation. We saw what that claw hold did to the forehead of Mr. Olympia last week, and now it's in the mouth. Look closely. Look closely at Danny Davis. Danny Davis is in a lot of trouble right here. The Nightmare has the chokehold, that claw, right onto the throat of Danny Davis, and Danny Davis is in dire straits.
Choking away Danny Davis as Kenny Wayne puts the chair back into the midsection of Mr. Olympia, slowing down his effort to get freed from those ring ropes. Pritchard and Willie B. Hurt coming in the ring. That clears them out.
Tom Pritchard and Willie B. Hurt. Somebody better get over to Mr. Olympia, get him untied, and they had better get medical help for Danny Davis. He is in a lot of trouble, Charlie Platt, as that chokehold was on for a very long time, and that glove was loaded, and there you see Danny Davis, and they're going to have to get help for him.
Exactly. The glove was loaded, as you saw, as in the case of last week with Mr. Olympia, Jerry Stubbs, and this time they go for the throat. And certainly like to know what kind of objects, what all kind of objects might be in that glove, Joe.
Charlie, it has been a very strange hour again this week on the Continental Wrestling Federation. And all I can say is if things like this continue to happen, Ron West is going to end up having to fine or suspend everybody because the action is just unbelievable, but there's no call for things like we just saw.
Things are certainly intense. We're out of time, and certainly want you to join us next week. For Joe Pedicino, this is Charlie Platt saying so long from the Continental Wrestling Federation this week in Birmingham, Alabama. He's the number 3 seed on the road to Birmingham. Did you see that maneuver? 1, 2, 3, it's over. Hot stuff. Eddie Gilbert is the winner.
About the road to Birmingham. Tell them why the buildings fell down. You know it? Oh, go in there. Come on, go. You still see what happened? Don't mess with legends, Charlie Platt. Hey, hi. Hey, Bullet. Hey.
Pile driver by Eddie Gilbert on Ryan Lee Peace. Oh, Willie B. Hurt coming around the ring. He's taking away at Eddie Gilbert.
Welcome to the Continental Wrestling Federation. Today, Lord Humongous and Shane Douglas defend their CWF Tag Team belts. We'll also see tag team action from Detroit Demolition to D.I. Bob Carter and Private Mark Pyle. Nightmare Danny Davis comes back to challenge Nelson Royal for the World Junior Heavyweight title. And the Universal Heartthrob Austin Idol will see some action. Also, another edition of Missy's Manor. Now we join our host, Charlie Platt.
Well, hello, everybody. Charlie Platt from Montgomery, Alabama. It's the Continental Wrestling Federation. Another outstanding hour of the best in wrestling competition coming your way. With me at ringside, our general manager, Ron West. And, Ron, we're all excited, everyone in this building and all across the CWF area. The road to Birmingham, October 3rd. What a night it's going to be.
I'm going to tell you, Charlie, the excitement's here. Continental wrestling fans are calling from everywhere, the road to Birmingham. Also, the big merge between USA Wrestling and CWF, where things are happening. But my biggest thing I want to say, I came out here a week ago, and made a statement. To Eddie Gilbert and Paul E. Danger, you're on your way out. And a man that I have to say is one of the top-notch wrestlers anywhere in the country is Willie B. Hurt. That man came out to me. I have never been around a professional wrestler in all the years that would come to a person. I just don't have the words for Willie B.
Tell me, Ron, Tell me now. I want to know what was your decision? What kind of decision did you reach?
Willie B., I know you came to me and made a decision. My decision is going to be, for all of these wrestling fans, with the way I feel about Eddie Gilbert and Paul E., the one thing I have to say. You better beat them to a pulp.
That's all?
That's all!
That's all! That's all! That's all! That's it! That's it! That's all I got to do! That's all I got to do! Eddie Gilbert, you belong to me!
Well, we have Willie B. Hurt, and things are really going the way he wanted them to go. Thank you, Ron West, for coming out. He is ecstatic, and I tell you what, we have got a great hour of professional wrestling coming your way on the CWF. The CWF tag titles go on the line next after you watch this.
We're like the fire and rescue squad on deck. The plane comes in, and if there's a problem, we're there. My little girl, she's too young to understand what I do. My wife, now that's another story. She'd like me doing something a little less dangerous. I guess I started buying savings bonds back in boot camp. I knew my wife would like them, if they're safe. And they come right out of my pay, so my daughter can go to college one day.
Planning for your children's education is easier with U.S. savings bonds, and they're now tax-free for college.
Oh, I'm just like any other father. Just don't keep the same hours.
October 3rd, the road to Birmingham. It's heating up, and we're going to shock the wrestling world.
Say, that's a great-looking camera you have. Where'd you get it? No, don't tell me. One of those specialty camera shops. Wait, I'll bet it's a big-name department store. I'll bet it set you back a bundle.
Actually, no. Introducing the Nippon 35mm focus-free camera. The hot shoe is synchronized for electronic flash, a 50mm lens, and a tripod mount. It also comes with a convenient neck strap, a deluxe leatherette carrying case, a professional 50mm sunshade, and a 2-year unlimited warranty. With all these features, you'd think this camera would cost over $100. Well, think again. Call right now, and the first 10,000 customers who order the Nippon camera will also get 100 rolls of free Kodak film with purchase processing. The simple, lightweight, and affordable Nippon 35mm camera and 100 rolls of free Kodak film with purchase processing. This no-fuss camera can be yours for only $19.95.
Say, where can I get one?
Just pick up the phone and call.
Hi, I'm Willie Jones, director of the Cleveland Avenue YMCA. Kids, you may be thinking school's hard work. Let me tell you, that hard work will pay off, just like George kids.
If you think school is hard, start playing football and going to school. I did it at Cloverdale, Jeff Davis, and at the University of Alabama. Take it from me. It pays to get an education.
Dropping out of school is the fastest way to nowhere. Be like George. Stay in school.
It's a fact. Some people are bigger. Some people are stronger. Some people are faster. But nobody, absolutely nobody, is better. Hate hurts everybody.
Now in the ring, the team of Shane Douglas and the Lord Humongous. It's the Continental Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions defending those titles on television today against the challenge of Nightmare Kenny Wayne and latest addition to his Nightmare stable, We're talking about Nightmare Freddy. And coming out to join me for the commentary of this match, we have the Bullet. What a matchup this is. The CWF Tag Team Championship on the line, on television. The Giant Man in the ring now against Nightmare Freddy. And we're talking about the Lord Humongous.
And he's a mountain of a man, isn't he, Charlie? That Lord Humongous is a mountain if I've ever seen one, and it's hard to move a mountain.
It sure is, Bullet. I tell you what.
This Sean Douglas is a fine young athlete, too. You can tell by his body he's really an athlete, and I've heard nothing but good things about him. My first time to see him. There's just how hard it is to move a mountain, Charlie.
There is no moving of that mountain. The Lord Humongous, 325 from Death Valley, moving out against Nightmare Freddy, who is already over in the turnbuckle getting some kind of Paulie Dangerously is seated at ringside. Oh, man.
They better call and get them some kind of truck. They're going to knock this man down.
Dangerously is seated at ringside on the phone. And, oh, look at that again.
Paulie Dangerously probably called it a crane. Look at this move right here.
Shane Douglas being one. Did you see that?
Fantastic move. What, did you see the power of Humongous? He took him right up. The Nightmares weren't expecting it. Took them both down. Almost got the 3 count on both of them.
Great to have a Bullet out here with me, the number 10 seed for the road to Birmingham.
Charlie, excuse me for stepping on you, but I see even the Nightmares on the phone over here now with Paulie Dangerously. They must be talking to somebody important.
What in the world are they doing? Dangerously sitting at ringside, and usually you see Dangerously up around the ring and all on the apron screaming and hollering, but right now you see him in a very unusual situation, just seated on his phone at ringside.
Well, I was surprised that Ronnie West reinstated those guys. He didn't suspend them.
Well, they have Willie B. Hurt to thank for that, because Willie B. has a score to settle. And I know in your years of professional wrestling, you've had scores to settle, too. And you would hate to see a man pulled out from under your right when you had him by the neck.
Exactly right, brother. Can't nobody do it but you. You got to do it yourself, so I know where Willie B's coming from.
Good hip toss takedown by... Good hip toss takedown by Shane Douglas.
This Shane Douglas is fast, isn't he, Charlie? He's very quick on his feet, as you can tell there. He took the Nightmare down so quick, the Nightmare didn't know whether he was up or down. So he's tagging out, which is probably a smart move at the present time. Shane Douglas got good momentum going now. Who is this guy now? Who is this Nightmare Freddy, Charlie?
That's a good question. Brought in, of course, by Kenny Wayne. It was quite an insult to Danny Davis to bring another ant in, call him the Nightmare, put on the original Nightmare mask.
I suppose
they
it
used
was.
For years.
The only Nightmares I've ever heard was Danny Davis and Ken Wayne, so I imagine Danny Davis is very upset about it.
Right now, there's that knee right into the shoulder by Shane Douglas on Nightmare Freddy. And again, a little punishment to Nightmare Freddy. Tag's made 325. Coming in the ring now. Ooh. And Nightmare Freddy.
Ooh, knock him into the middle of next week, why don't you, Humongous?
Into the ring ropes he goes. Oh, hard.
Sledgehammer. Pure sledgehammer.
That's what he wants. That's the best way you could describe that.
Boy, if that won't take your breath.
Now Shane Douglas back in for the Continental Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions. Into a hammerlock goes Nightmare Freddy. Shane Douglas applying the pressure. Freddy trying to make that tag.
He needs to, Charlie. He needs to tag bad after catching that sledgehammer from Humongous. He needs to get out and take a break.
Certainly will knock the wind out of your sail. That sort of pressure.
He's inches away, Charlie. I can almost see the tag from hitting. Nope, he didn't make it.
Didn't make it. Shane Douglas preventing the tag from being made. Hard right. Staggers Douglas, and that did allow the tag to be made with Kenny Wayne. Good arm drag takedown.
Beautiful
by Shane
arm
Douglas.
Drag. Gosh, he took him higher than the top rope from here.
Shane Douglas, a reversal by Kenny Wayne, side headlock, and the man from Death Valley has been tagged in once again. Whoa! Time to retreat. And the tag is made with Nightmare Freddy, but I don't think he is going to be real enthusiastic about stepping in.
Would you, Charlie?
I'd run.
Would you step in?
I'll tell you what we're going to do right now. We're going to take a break. If a pinfall should occur, we'll bring you up to date right now. Let's go to that break.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
When I grow up, I want the air to be clean and everyone to love each other. And I want everyone to be happy so they live to be very, very old.
Many people have joined in the fight against HIV, the virus that causes AIDS, and progress is being made. But the disease is still spreading, and only you can stop it. Only you have the power to prevent it from happening to you. Are we all going to fight, or are we just going to let the disease spread further?
I just want to grow up in a better world.
Learn how you can prevent HIV infection.
Ever seen AIDS before?
Come on, get serious. You don't see AIDS, you catch AIDS.
No kidding. Look behind you. That's what AIDS looks like.
How do I know that's what AIDS looks like?
You don't. The only thing you know is that's what I've told you AIDS looks like. It's the same way with someone who has the AIDS virus. You can't tell if people are infected just by looking. It's very important to understand that a person can be infected with the AIDS virus without showing any symptoms at all.
Now, that really gets my attention.
For more information about AIDS, contact your county health department or call the Alabama AIDS hotline at 1-800-228-0469.
Eddie Butler had a good life. He raised a family, served his country, put his children through college. He was there when you needed him. Until Alzheimer's dimmed his mind, stole his strength, took his dignity.
Tom and Joey are here.
Hi, Dad. How you doing?
There is no cure for Alzheimer's. There won't be unless we invest more in medical research. To help, call Research America.
I knew who I was. I knew who I wasn't. Thanks to my father. He was a builder. Sometimes a boy needs to talk about things that bother him. Pressures from friends, or today it's drugs, I suppose. And when I needed someone to talk to, he wanted it to be him. His values, not someone else's. Years later, we stood and waited for the bus to take me to college. He gave me an old nail to remind me of the fruits of work. But now it reminds me more of him, and how it wasn't just houses he was building. The closer you are to your children, the further they'll be from drugs. From the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Page 355.
Medications that can rob you of your sex life.
Page 141.
The secret ingredient in Italian foods that can help lower cholesterol.
Page 545.
How to silence a snorer.
This incredible book belongs in every home. The Doctor's Book of Home Remedies, from the editors of Prevention Magazine Health Book.
Over 670 pages of astonishing home remedies, all scientifically proven. Yours free for 3 full weeks.
Page 341.
Why you should never buy color toilet paper.
Now the information you need to cure over 130 common health problems is always on hand.
Act now and you'll also get this fabulous book, Meals That Heal, free.
Page 497.
Use oatmeal to end the itch of poison ivy.
Page 570.
Call now to get the Doctor's Book of Home Remedies free for 3 weeks. Keep it and we'll bill you in 4 easy installments of only $6.99.
Call now, 1-800-367-7555.
Sunday, Kenneth Copeland opens the Living Word.
You need to go in the Word and find that promise for yourself and stay in it until it becomes God speaking to you and the hope of God rises up on the inside of you. And the rest of it's a walk in the park, brother. Huh? Because you hooked your faith to the living Word of God. It's become the living Word.
The Living Word, a special series with Kenneth Copeland, Sunday on the Believer's Voice of Victory.
She gave her body for surrogacy. She sued to get her baby back. She lost.
I had no intention of hurting anybody through this. I had no
no attention at all.
The first interview with the surrogate mom who fought for and lost her child, plus infamous surrogate mom Mary Beth Whitehead.
I broke the deal. Yes, I reneged. For my child and my daughter, I reneged.
Turn to Geraldo.
Today at noon on WCOV TV.
All right. Action continues with the Continental Wrestling Federation Tag Team Championship on the line as the Lord Humongous and Shane Douglas defend against Nightmare Freddy and Nightmare Ken Wayne. Unusual to see Paul dangerously seated calmly at ringside like he is. Into the ring ropes goes crisscross. Douglas up over his man. Oh, man.
Brother, that was a gourd buster from the word go. The Nightmare seems to have things together
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. Nobody expected that, most of all, Shane Douglas. And he's paying the price right now.
He's feeling the effects. Head first into the turnbuckle goes Shane Douglas at the hands of Nightmare Kenny Wayne. Now into the ring ropes, coming off, clothesline. Oh, again, Shane Douglas in a lot of trouble here. 2 count, but he grabs something and powers out.
Boy, he almost had that 3 count. He took him down hard, Charlie. It's got to take the wind out of his sails, like you said. There's a high slam.
Full body slam by Nightmare Freddy. Off of the ring ropes, countering, coming down. Hard. 1, 2. Is it? No. Almost over.
Charlie, this could be it. Shane seems to be in quite a bit of trouble. The Nightmares have it going real well at the time. There's a flying elbow. He seems to be real happy with himself, laughing now. I can hear him laughing from ringside here. He thinks he's got him covered. There's a 2, there's almost a 3 again, Charlie.
The Continental Wrestling Federation tag titles on the line in this one, ladies and gentlemen, and not looking too good for the champions, Humongous and Shane Douglas right now, as Nightmare Freddy clamps down with the pressure and continues to wear down one half of the title holders, of course, Shane Douglas.
And you can see the referee, he's looking for that pinfall. He dove over both wrestlers to see if he had a count. These Nightmares seem to have things together. They put their teamwork together, and it's been a long, grueling match. But, you know, when the belts are at stake, people don't quit easy.
Exactly. Coming up later in today's program, we'll have a press conference about the match between Nightmare Ken Wayne and Nightmare Danny Davis on this edition of the Continental Wrestling Federation. Curiosity is certainly running high as to what's going on in that match.
Exactly. I'm anxious to see what those stipulations are. I talked to Danny Davis earlier, and he wouldn't say a word. He said, you'll know when everybody else knows, so I can't wait. Shane Douglas is putting up a heck of a fight here. Now, he's not giving up.
Look at this. And a hard right. Again, all 4 men in the ring at the same time as this melee begins between Shane Douglas and Kenny Wayne on the other side.
Oh, this has turned into a fight. This has turned into a real fight, hasn't it?
What is he doing? Sika.
There's too many guys in that ring, Charlie.
Fires away.
Wait a minute.
In the meantime, dangerously keeping the attention
What's going on here,
Anderson.
Who is this guy here?
There goes a briefcase by Alan Martin.
What's he doing?
And in the middle. Wait, whoa.
Wait a minute, Charlie, wait a minute.
We have got a pinfall has taken place. And it seems that we will be having new tag team champions. This is an injustice. There was Sika, Alan Martin coming in to interfere in this situation. The Bullets certainly going into the ring, but it looks like we have new tag team champions. Trying to explain to Randy Anderson what was taking place out here, because the Bullet was with me at ringside. Let's see if he can get his point across. And there's the hat of Alan Martin that was up in the ring. The Bullet shows it to him. Anderson going back toward the dressing room as the men go. Wait a minute. He's going to reverse. He is. The champions remain the same. The Lord Humongous and Shane Douglas remain the Continental Wrestling Federation Tag Champions. All right. Oh, look at the Bullet now. What a turn of events we have had a number of times. They thought they had the title. They don't have the title. It's reversed, and your winners on the disqualification, the Lord Humongous, Shane Douglas. They have the Bullet to thank for watching that situation and convincing Randy Anderson. We've got our same champions. What a match it was. Shane Douglas and the Lord Humongous, the Continental Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions. We'll be back Happy ending to that one. We'll be back with more of the CWF after you watch this.
It looks terrific. You wouldn't know it now, but my life seemed hopeless just a few weeks back.
Can't seem to concentrate.
I'd lost interest in everything.
Some days you're too tired to get out of bed.
What time you saw a doctor?
I found out I had a serious illness, depression, and there's treatment that really works.
New project.
I got a lot better without going to the hospital or losing more time from work.
For a free brochure, write Depression, Rockville, Maryland, 20857.
This is what many of our disadvantaged youth will be looking at this summer. But thanks to thousands of volunteers, over 50,000 young people at Salvation Army summer camp will see things from a different perspective. With your help, we're making a world of difference.
The Lord Humongous and Shane Douglas, still the Continental Wrestling Federation Tag Champions. Speaking of tag action, more great action to come. Six-man tag action next on the CWF. Stay with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm David Woods, president of the Continental Wrestling Federation. We interrupt this program today to bring you this special report. I called this press conference to announce that we've reached an agreement on the contract that has been brewing between Nightmare Ken Wayne and Nightmare Danny Davis. The contract stipulates hair versus hair. The loser will have his head shaved at the end of the match, plus an additional $25,000 put up by Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert against Danny Davis's 1987 IROC Z. The match will take place at the Road to Birmingham on October 3rd at the Boutwell Auditorium. At this time, we'd like to execute this contract. Ken, would you please sign by your name?
Sure, I will. And do you also realize that it's my choice or Danny's choice to who cuts the hair? So that means I can have one of your fans cut your hair, Danny. Somebody that loves you so much.
That's exactly right.
May have to cut your hair. So, pal, I want you to sign it. I got better things to do than sit here and watch you, so I got to go.
That's fine. I'm going to sign the contract, but first of all, I'd like to thank you, David Woods, for asking me or wanting me to be an important part of your October 3rd final road to Birmingham. You know, I had a long talk with my family about signing this contract because after all, should I lose, it could be the worst nightmare I've ever had. But, you know, my family has got confidence in me, I've got confidence in me, and my fans have confidence in me. So, Ken Wayne, I'm going to sign this contract without any hesitation at all.
Hey, I left without getting a copy of the contract.
But, well,
Which one's mine?
nobody's going to keep anything from you because it's been signed, it's been documented, everything is legal.
Danny, there's your copy. Again, we've reached an agreement between Nightmare Ken Wayne and Danny Davis. Hair versus hair at the Road to Birmingham, October 3rd at Boutwell Auditorium.
He's an American classic, a comedy legend, the famous San Diego Chicken. The funniest, craziest, and one of the most beloved comics ever. And now for the first time on video, it's the Chicken's greatest bits. If you love to laugh, here's the tape you gotta have. It's one hilarious routine after another, part of the act of his outrageous live performances. More than 55 million people have seen the Chicken in person in all 50 states and around the world. But the Chicken's home video is not in stores. This is a limited-time television offer, the comedy tape of the year. Yes, everybody loves the Chicken. Well, almost everybody. Here's how to order now.
To order your copy of the Chicken's Greatest Hits video, have your credit card ready and call 1-800-762-0500 or send $19.95 plus $4.50 shipping to the Chicken video. P.O. Box 2818, Grand Central Station, New York, New York. Order now.
Introducing Let's Celebrate. A wonderful collection of 30 sing-along songs. You'll receive 3 cassettes and this songbook with all the words to the Let's Celebrate song. cassette features the Let's Celebrate Choir on side 1 and instrumental versions on side 2. Order today. This exciting package will be a great inspiration for you and your family. A lasting gift of love. Call toll-free, 1-800-925-1340. That's 1-800-925-1340. Or send $19.95 plus $3 postage and handling to Let's Celebrate. P.O. Box 74, Hendersonville, Tennessee.
Now entering the ring, known as the Honor Guard, Private Mark Powell, the DI, and Detroit Demolition. Six-man tag action of the Continental Wrestling Federation, and what action we've seen so far today. Bell sounds. It'll be Detroit Demolition moving out against Rick Hazard. Collar and elbow center of the ring, and it's Hazard being pushed off by Detroit Demolition. A lot of big events taking place in the Continental Wrestling Federation. One, of course, the road to Birmingham, October 3rd, and now we know.
That's right, Charlie, and that's what I was about to tell you. I heard it all. Hair versus hair. Now, that's a dangerous match because that not only takes a man's hair, but it takes his pride as well. And don't leave you looking too good either. That's a lot at stake in the road to Birmingham.
In your career, you would say this is a serious event.
Charlie, in my career, I've never put up my hair. I've never had a chance to do that. I don't think I would. It takes a lot of guts to do that.
Right now, in the ring, it's Detroit Demolition against Bobo Brazil Jr., and what a legend his father was.
He certainly was. I had a chance to wrestle with him many times, and he was much, much of a man.
Good move by the DI.
Beautiful move. You know, you got a lot of pounds in this ring, Charlie. If you look around, there's some heavy humanity in that ring right now.
Private Mark Powell being tagged in by the DI. Takes Bobo Brazil Jr. Good suplex, well executed by Mark Powell.
I'll say Bobo Brazil Jr. is learning the hard way, but when you learn it that way, Charlie, you don't forget it.
Exactly. The Bullet out with me for commentary. Detroit Demolition now in the ring against Bobo Brazil Jr. Road to Birmingham, October 3rd.
Charlie,
suspense mounts, I guess you could say.
I'll tell you, bro, this is shaping up to be the biggest card of all time. The road to Birmingham is going to be rough, and the man that leaves that building last night, it'll be like Custer's last stand.
Excuse me, Bullet. What is this individual doing back out here again? We're dealing with Alan Martin, Mr. Martin, as he refers to be called, with the briefcase in his hand. And some scars from the...
Well, Charlie, I don't know what, but I don't like him walking behind me like that.
I tell you what, it's Alan Martin walking around. Did you see that? It's D.I.
It's too bad that doesn't count. He counted the man out, but the man in the striped shirt's got to do the counting.
Tell you about that there, Bullet.
Deuce Mason. Oh, pitching. Coming off the rope. Private Powell now to tagging Detroit Demolition. These three are very effective going in and out for the tag.
Yes, they are. They're using smart maneuvers. I'll have to say that for them. They're keeping a fresh man in at all times. And this Demolition looks like he must weigh about 350 pounds.
Oh, what a pile driver. What a pile driver.
Brother, that'll put anybody out. I don't care how big and bad you are. A pile driver executed like that by this Demolition, and you're out.
The pile driver executed to Deuce Mason was enough to give the win to Detroit Demolition, the DI, and Private Powell, better known as the Honor Guard. More great action coming up on the Continental Wrestling Federation. You stay with us.
Oh, boy. Another landfill just about full up. Wonder what those people are going to do now.
We don't have that kind of problem here, Grandpa. Doesn't everyone recycle?
No, they don't.
You know, most of the things people throw away could be used again over and over and over again in some other form.
We can all save Earth's resources for the future by recycling. So don't just throw it away.
Do you have a brain-injured child? Did everybody tell you it was hopeless? Here at the Institutes for the Achievement of Human Potential, I've watched the parents and the staff make severely brain-injured children well when everyone said it couldn't be done. Want a fighting chance to get your child well? Call the Institutes for the Achievement of Human Potential. At this number, dial 1-800-73 Minelli. That's 1-800-73-MINNELLI. Or write to this address.
WCOV is celebrating its 40th birthday, and you're invited.
We got cakes, we got balloons, let's do it.
Join the party all this year on WCOV TV, Fox Television.
Before you buy your next car, you could test it like this. Or you can read Consumer Reports. Before you buy your next washer or dryer, you could test it like this. Or you can read Consumer Reports. Consumer Reports tests brand name products every day to tell you which models were worth the money and which were not. And now you can put Consumer Reports to the test with a risk-free trial issue. Consumer Reports gives you independent test results on vehicles, refrigerators, TVs, blue jeans, auto insurance, and more. We tell you the brand names and give you the model numbers to help you get better value for your dollar.
Call now for your risk-free trial issue. If you like it, pay just $22 for 11 more issues, 12 in all, plus the 1994 buying guide. Or write cancel on the bill, return it, and owe nothing. You'll also get the 1993 buying guide free with your paid subscription. Call now, 1-800-932-5333.
Call now and put us to the test.
As we enter the 90s, Career Development Institute is proud to say we still believe a personal touch is important to good training. A nursing assistant needs to be caring, professional, intelligent. Day or evening classes begin each Monday, and financial aid is available for those who qualify. We offer small classes, a personal touch, and we're interested in lifetime careers. Join us at Career Development Institute.
I'm Missy Hyatt, and this is Missy's Manor, and I still don't have my set yet, but maybe next week I will. But first off, I want to let you know, D.I., me and you have something in common, and that we both hate Alan Martin. But I really don't want to talk about that. I really want to hear the story that I heard that you were one of our military Marines that went down to Grenada.
That's right, Grenada. Hold on a minute. Pile! Push up! Now! Now we can talk business. Let me tell you something out there, people, Continental Wrestling Federation. This isn't D.I. Joe. This is the D.I. 1983, the liberation of Grenada. We kicked some tail. We took some names. I went to Beirut, Lebanon, 16 days after. I took shrapnel in my knees. 3 days on the island. 3 days. Let me tell you something. When I came back, it was in a drill field. That's why you see the DI today. Because he wants everybody to understand that we, the honor guard, are number one. Lift up, Kyle.
That's great.
Well,
thank you. I'm glad you cleared that up. I'm glad you're not just a G.I. Joe goof. And now let's go to a World Junior Heavyweight title match.
Now entering the ring, Nightmare Danny Davis. This, of course, for the World Junior Heavyweight Championship on television. Danny Davis moving out against Nelson Royal. And joining me at ringside for the commentary of this match, a man who is more than likely his own man. We're talking about Dirty Dutch Mantell, seated number 9 in the road to Birmingham for October 3rd. And Dutch, as Mr. Royal was entering the ring, you and I had a little conversation going here. One of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time.
Nelson Royal, one of the greatest junior heavyweight champions, I believe, that the wrestling profession's ever seen. And I'm going to come out here and I'm going to watch this match, and I want everybody to know that I'm impartial in this.
And I want to see what goes on between two great junior heavyweights when they finally lock up and bump heads. Well, I tell you what, tensions are running high right now before the match even gets underway. They're in each other's face. Wait a minute, Randy Anderson's behind us. What is going on here? Well, I don't know. Obviously, Nelson Royal is a master at getting his opponents upset. Now, Danny Davis has to be concerned at this point because he's going to get tired hollering at him. Look at that. But you see, that makes Nelson Royal as dangerous as he is because he takes advantage of every mistake. A master in every sense of the word, going after the back of the leg and the knee, back of the knee of Danny Davis. Nelson Royal has been a junior heavyweight champion for going on 9 years now, has wrestled and defeated the best in the junior heavyweight ranks, not only in the South, but all across the world. That includes Japan and Australia. He's one of the masters of the ring. He's a master tactician when he steps inside those ropes. As we've witnessed right now, he's got Danny Davis already on the defensive and got him down. Dutch, you're pretty much your own man now in professional wrestling. You told me that before we started today's edition of the Continental Wrestling Federation. Names like Bob Orton, Austin Idol, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, Wildfire Tommy Rich, Gentleman Chris Adams, Dr. Tom Pritchard, the Dirty White Boy, the Bullet, yourself, plus one more. What would that equal to in one night? Oh, my God. It's like a who's who of professional wrestling. For the wrestling fan, it's like a smorgasbord. And anybody that misses the October 3rd road to Birmingham, and Birmingham, Alabama, is going to miss one heck of a night of wrestling. Believe me. Because I'm not taking away from this match, but I'm seated number 9, and that's because of my inactivity in the CWF at the present time. I've been in the Caribbean, I've been in Puerto Rico and down that area for a while. But since I was the last Continental Heavyweight Champion, I got an invitation seated number 9, and I readily accepted it, and I'm glad to be back in the CWF, and I hope by hook or crook that night in Birmingham, I'm going to come out the CWF Heavyweight Champion. You brought a very important point a moment ago. 9 years, the World Junior Heavyweight Champion, Nelson Royal. How does he do it? Keying on that left leg of Danny Davis. Staying with one part of the body is what this man is famous for. See, the weight limit on the junior heavyweight division is 230 pounds, and Nelson Royal is very methodical, he's very thorough, and he's very sincere when he goes after somebody, and he has that killer instinct. And when he's got a man down, he doesn't let up. He goes and he drives, and he's got that inner drive in him that keeps him going. The crowd, they may be the third man in this match, but they cannot wrestle the match for Danny Davis. But see, Nelson has heard all this before, and he's used to going in another man's backyard and taking him on at his own game. Now, Nelson is making Danny Davis right now wrestle his match. Nelson Roy is dictating the flow of this match, and if the tide turns, now if Danny can dictate to Nelson Royal, then it may be a whole different story. Not changing the subject, but, you know, the recent trouble that Danny Davis has had with Ken Wayne, it may have thrown some of his concentration off, but it would be highly advisable for Danny Davis, you know, to really see if he can put all that behind him right now and mount an offensive against Nelson Royal. And he's trying to do that right now. Danny Davis coming back to life. Good forearm. He rocks Nelson Royal again with a forearm. And now it may be starting to turn now, but see, that's the experience of Nelson Royal. Danny Davis needs a time-out period to let that leg kind of get some circulation going. But unfortunately, in wrestling, there is no timeout. It's 60 minutes, do or die. And Nelson Royal, I've seen him go the time limit many, many times. Right now, Danny Davis, you can hear the screams, no, no, no. Is Randy Anderson asking, does he submit? It's no, and he is screaming no because of the pain being inflicted by Nelson Royal. Yeah, it's a very painful. He's got him right there on the ankle, and he's pulling that leverage point of that toe back. Danny's hooking him on the chin now. A little leverage there. Nelson Royal using that bottom rope. He knows every trick. 9 years, the world junior heavyweight champion. Whoa! Beautiful, executed flying dropkick by Danny Davis. Can he do it again? He does. Nelson Royal back in the turnbuckle. Nelson Royal coming back with a boot. Oh, man. Where does this guy come from? Nelson just keeps driving, and keeps driving, because when he's got him hurt, he knows he's got him hurt. He's still dictating the flow of this match. What a match we have going, ladies and gentlemen. The World Junior Heavyweight Championship on the line on the CWF as we strive to bring you the very best and wrestling commentary.
What a shot.
Competition in America today.
What a shot. Straight in. Straight in. He threw that one from the shoulder with all the power behind it.
Look at this now. Nelson Royal going right back to the left leg.
He's going back to that point that he's got weakened on him. He's going right back to him. And see, he's laying all his weight on Danny Davis. And Danny's trying, all Nelson Royal has to do right now is lay all that weight on him.
He's not exerting any energy yet.
No,
Danny Davis is trying to get him off.
He's not expending any energy. What he's doing right now, see, it's up to Danny to get up. Danny's got to spend the energy to get out under the leverage.
Exactly.
Get out from under the weight.
Very good comments coming from Dirk Mantell at ringside.
This is a classic match. Classic match.
Man, it is. Here in Montgomery, Alabama, capacity crowd at the Montgomery Civic Center. Enthusiastic wrestling fans are there seeing two of the finest in America today.
For all the wrestling buffs, I think the man that Nelson Royal beat for the junior heavyweight title, for all the wrestling fans, the wrestling trivia fans, I think it was Pat Barrett. Pat Barrett. That's the one.
9 years ago.
9 years ago. And never lost it.
Oh, man. He is sensational.
I'm not saying Nelson Royal's undefeated, but he hasn't lost the title. And I can see why he doesn't lose too many matches.
Side headlock. Oh, good shoulder smash by Royal coming off the rope. Over his man. Danny Davis back to his feet.
Whoa.
Good. Hip toss takedown. All right. And arm drag.
Danny right on that one went too far under, but he got under the leverage. He got under the leverage of Nelson Royal.
Now it's Danny Davis keying on the left arm. The left arm of Nelson Royal. Maybe going to turn the tide in this match.
What an athlete Nelson Royal is. Not taking nothing away from Danny Davis, but he's a tremendous athlete. Any other man in a position like this would panic, but Nelson Royal has been in these situations. He's been on the hot seat before.
Many nights.
Many nights. Many nights. And sometimes you don't know how hot it gets in that ring when you're sweating and you're perspiring and that sweat is coming down in your eyes and it's hurting, but you got that inner drive.
You're Danny Davis in this match, Dutch. You have the left arm in control as he does now. Where would you go with it from now?
Man, I'd take it south. I'd take it as far south as I'd take it to Mobile if I could.
Danny Davis has to be, but look at that. Nelson Royal going right back to the already sore leg.
What Danny did, he exposed his weak part there.
Exactly.
If he'd have turned maybe and hooked that arm bar on the other side with the leg back on the far side, he may not be able to get a good shot on it. But Nelson knows, this Nelson Royal knows where he is every moment of the match, every second. And he's thinking 3 or 4 moves ahead. This is like a chess match. He knows where he's going. Now, unless Danny Davis can get 3 or 4 moves ahead, you know, he's almost beat up front, I'd say.
Classic wrestling action taking place on the CWF, and my commentary assistant, a very able assistant coming from the number 9 seed in the road to Birmingham on October 3rd, Dutch Mantell. Yeah. Nelson Royal continuing to pound away at that leg of Nightmare Danny Davis.
And I'm not taking nothing away from the Nightmare Danny Davis because he has to be a great athlete and a great professional athlete just to get in the same ring with Nelson Royal. Just to get in the opposite corner 20 feet away and look him eyeball to eyeball, he has to be a tremendous athlete. That was a tremendous shot from Nelson Royal right across the pectorals right there.
Going back to the opening moments of this match, what got Danny Davis in trouble with that leg to start with?
Well, what
the
got him
sacking
up?
of Nelson Royal.
Nelson Royal got him upset and left him open. He just caught him with a knee.
Man.
He's a master. He's a master of psychology.
The chess game continues, ladies and gentlemen. You're seeing it from Montgomery, Alabama on the Continental Wrestling Federation. Oh, good connection by Danny Davis. Whoa! Across the chest, and the champion goes down. What about it, Dutch?
Well, he's down right now. Danny needs to take as much advantage of this as he can, but
there he goes, back to the leg.
I think it goes back. Danny doesn't really have the killer instinct this Nelson Royal has. He should have been all over Nelson Royal at that point right there. I mean, all over him.
Good forearm.
And Royal keeps pounding away and pounding away.
Oh, good shoulder smash by the World Junior Heavyweight Champion up and over his man. Danny Davis flying high. And again, Nelson Royal goes down to the canvas, and again, Nelson Royal goes after the left leg.
Right back to it. It's like a storyline. He just keeps going to it.
Whoa! This may be it. Whoa, wait a minute. Kenny Wayne comes in from nowhere. Hard right. And Kenny Wayne goes back out on the floor. Look at this. Whoa. Oh, man.
Oh, no.
It is
oh,
over.
No.
And the strike of Nelson Royal and the interference of Kenny Wayne robbed Danny Davis It's
of his chance.
It's unfortunate, but, you know, there was nothing I could do for it. It's not my concern anyway. I fight my own battles, but it's very unfortunate. Danny give him one tremendous bout, and I'd like to see a rematch on this one.
I would too, Dutch. Thanks for your great commentary. Once again, a situation where Kenny Wayne and the combination of Nelson Royal cheated Danny Davis out of his shot at the World Junior Heavyweight Championship. We've got more great action coming on the CWF. You stay with us.
Okay, who's the bonehead who broke the film?
Ta-da! Let's take a journey to the distant past in the Bart Simpson time machine.
What?
Back when hideous dinosaurs roamed the earth, and out of the primordial sludge oozed Homer Sapien.
Bart?
Notice the large stomach.
Bart?
Notice the extremely small cranium.
Bart!
Uh-oh. Roll it, dude! Okay, folks, here comes the big finish! I'm out of here.
Hi. Now, today's lesson about safety and electricity is... Hey, man! You're throwing away my home! I want you to put a bug in your ear about bottles and papers and cans.
Somewhere else but here.
Call the recycling plant. Use them over and over and over again. Don't trash the bottles and cans. Use them over and over and over again. It's called the recycling plant.
Ah, Bam Bam Bigelow, October 3rd, the road to Birmingham. Watch me shock the world.
There's a place open 7 days a week, filled with fresh-made sandwiches and delicious yogurt to eat. Announcing the opening of Old Glory Sub and Yogurt, 4334 South Court Street. For lunch or dinner, try a delicious 6-inch, foot-long, or round sub sandwich. For dessert or just a treat, enjoy a strawberry, peach, or vanilla yogurt for just 99 cents. Plus, now through September 30th, buy 1 foot-long sub and get a 6-inch sub free. Now open, Old Glory Sub and Yogurt, 4334 South Court Street.
Inspiration, information, glamour, success. Who do you call to get it all?
I call on Essence.
And how do you find the real deal on corporate fashion and sisters in soap? Diets that satisfy and, my oh my, carefree hair, career moves, building self-esteem.
I call on Essence.
How about being your own boss? Raising strong kids, cosmetics for self-assured style, Billy G and Mr. Lee, Alice, Oprah, Arsenio, plus savings of over $11 off the newsstand price.
I call on Essence.
toll-free.
And so can you. Call on Essence now, and Essence will call on you each month with free home delivery at 40% off the newsstand price. Essence. Call and get it all.
To order Essence, call toll-free 1-800-767-1100. 12 issues for just $12.96. That's a savings of 46% off the newsstand price. So call now, 1-800-767-1100. That's 1-800-767-1100.
Tom Hanks is out to beat the system and marry the girl of his dreams. So Adrian Zmed and his buddies throw a bash to send him out in style.
If I'm not back in a half an hour, call the paramedics.
Come out, wherever you are, and see how much fun one guy can possibly have.
Something interesting is gonna happen here.
Hold on to your hats, boys, for a good time. It's Bachelor Party.
Sunday at noon on WCOV TV.
It's a fact. Some people are bigger. Some people are stronger. Some people are faster. But nobody, absolutely nobody, is better. Hate hurts everybody.
From Las Vegas, Nevada, the Universal Heartthrob, Austin Idol. And it's Austin Idol moving out against the Renegade on the CWF out at ringside. He says he's watching the back of Austin Idol. As much as going on, I can understand that. Will he be hurt?
Well, I'd just like to say that we see a tremendous wrestler and a tremendous individual in the ring right now, and that's an Austin Idol. And it's true. We right out here today watching each other's back because, with like you say, with everything going on, Eddie Gilbert and Paul E. Dangerously especially, where we know that we got to watch each other's back and take care of business. Right now, with Austin in there with that side headlock, everything looks dangerous for him.
That's a good right connection by the Renegade. Idol turning things around in that boot to the midsection. Idol takes his man, begins firing away. Again, the Renegade staggered. Down he goes. Didn't take much of the Heartthrob.
The Heartthrob is right on time today. You right now, you're looking at a very, very well-seasoned veteran in that ring.
Will he be hurt? I'm sure you are tickled with the news earlier in the program about the status of Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert and Paul E. Dangerously.
Well, you know, Charlie, I'm ecstatic about it. The reason why is because they left it in my hands. They left it in Willie B's hands to hand out what's due to Eddie Gilbert and Paul E. Dangerously. And I tell you, I'm capable of doing it. Now we got Idol up on the second rope. What is he planning to do? Woo!
Come off with the elbow. The Universal Heartthrob, Austin Idol, now setting up
Showtime!
What could be going after that right leg. Could be setting. He is. There's the Las Vegas leg lock as he locks it in and applies the pressure. It's over.
It's over. It's over. He's got to be a tremendous man to get out of there, and he won't get out of it today.
And there you see the bell sound. We've got our winner of the Universal Heartthrob, Austin Idol, defeating the Renegade on this edition of the Continental Wrestling Federation. And I'd like to get Austin Idol, if I could, to come down to ringside for a couple of comments. Great action so far today on the CWF, and your winner of this match from Las Vegas, Nevada, is the Universal Heartthrob, Austin Idol, who is second seed, the number 2 seed, and the road to Birmingham, and that's coming up October 3rd.
There's no question about it, Charlie. You can look at all these little heartthrobs all around me. We got hundreds and thousands of them all over the country. And right now, as you very well know, and it ain't no secret of nobody, everybody is talking about something that's really happened that's big. And it's called the road to Birmingham. And I want everybody to know here that I'm pleased as punch. I'm tickled pink. And it warms the cockles of my heart to be seated the number 2 man in the road to Birmingham. And there's some big dudes, some heavyweights in the wrestling profession in the road to Birmingham. The ace, Bob Orton Jr., the man who laid out Mr. T. We got Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, Dutch Mantel, the Bullets, there's no question about it, and the list goes on and on and on. And on October the 3rd, I can promise you one thing. It is a long road, but I'm going to be coming in fast and strong, Jack. I ain't backing up, Charlie. I ain't sidestepping, and I ain't retreating from nobody. And if by some chance I get a shot at you, Eddie Gilbert, before we get to the road, I'm going to take you and put you out, Jack. Birmingham, I love you, and the rest of Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, and everybody else.
Universal Heartthrob, Austin Idol. Road to Birmingham, October 3rd. All the big things have happened today. A lot of great action coming up. The CWF now purchased USA Wrestling. Hello once again to Knoxville, Chattanooga, all of Tennessee, Louisiana. And thank you, Montgomery, Alabama, for being a great wrestling audience again. Charlie Platt saying so long from the Continental Wrestling Federation.